Welcome back to my Secret Room series, guys. It looks like we're doing Force HB Champions today, so you'll see a familiar face in Sentinel. I used him in the last team, and he seems to be perfectly good for this team as well, and it kind of makes me wish I had built out Ironclad again, because Ironclad in Immortal plus Stun would be great crowd control. I have Tim the Fool, but I really only just managed to get him to 6 stars, and he doesn't actually have any of his masteries or any gear on yet. So this is going to be a very easy decision for me. I'm just going to bring these 5, and let's see if it works. It should. I completed this team before, this room. I completed this room before, not necessarily with this team. Alsgore should be most of the healing that we're going to need. And Sentinel is in a stun set, plus he's got a 100% crit rate, which means his A1 provokes about 85% of the time. We're getting a lot of crowd control from him. I have both Husk and Versalp in lethal gear, which is basically the +1 version of Savage gear. So they should be doing a fair bit of damage, and hopefully this secret room won't be as slow as the last one, but I guess we'll see. Finally, I've got Lanathril. He's got an ally attack, which can be handy, and I put him in a shield set just to help teams survive the first few waves. It's really not a particularly useful set. Honestly, if I wanted him to be at best efficiency for this room, I'd probably put him in a stun set. I might even be tempted to put Versalf in a stun set, just for the added chances. But he already has stun in his kit, so... Or is it Provoke that's in his kit? I think it's Provoke, come to think of it. But either way, there's a lot of good synergy in there. If you wanted to put him in a stun set, it would make sense. If you wanted to put him in a Provoke set, it would make sense. But it looks like we are getting through the waves quicker than the last room. Particularly with these ally attacks. Wow, look at all that crowd control pop out. That's what I love about this Sentinel. Honestly, he might be better for this room than a lot of the legendary versions, just because he's got it all. He's got heal block, he's got decrease attack, he's got provoke in his set, and he's got the stun set on, so he's really got everything. In fact, you could bring it up even one more notch and give him the Frostbite set, and combine it with the stun set, and then get him the Fearsome Presence Mastery to have the ultimate chance to put crowd control on everything. I didn't have the right pieces of gear though, so no Frostbite on him, sadly. But he's got everything else. I'm tempted to even a 1 cycle at this point. But you know what? Yeah, definitely. Just because Alsgore, I'd rather keep his other moves at the ready, so we'll just a 1 cycle. This way, when we get to the next wave, all the moves will be off cooldown. We have a good chance of just crowd controlling everyone. It's tedious, but it's effective. So, while we do this tedious thing, maybe you guys want to let me know what champions you like for Secret Room 8. Or where else do you use any of these champions? I use Sentinel in... sometimes I use him against Hydra. I don't think he's in any of my Hydra comps at this point. But I have still used him against the Magma Dragon in the tower, so he's well worth building. Honestly, he's probably in my top 10 favorite rares. He is a really solid champion. I even like the look. I mean, look at that gold armor. He's just wandering around Raid Shadow Legends like a boss, wearing gold armor, looking like a king. So let's see. I'm actually gonna fixate on Torture Helm because he has that annoying thing where he self-revives. Now these heals are gonna be a nuisance as well. This is also why you want heal block, and that's another thing that Sentinel can do for you. So really, if you're looking for somebody for this secret room and the previous secret room, he does them both. And I didn't bring him, but I would also recommend Ironclad if you have him. Between those two, you might be able to clear this this room with just about any champion. Just about any combination of champions. So he's getting back up. Let's just make sure he goes down. I don't want him cycling around to it again. Black Knight can also make himself unkillable. Block buffs can help prevent that, but there's not a lot I can do with this team about it. We'll just have to put up with it when we see it. But look at Alsgor with all his heals and his block damage. He's really doing a tremendous amount to keep this team alive. I don't love this heal block that's on my Sentinel though. I'm now a little worried. I'm wondering if I need to go to manual just to make sure he doesn't go down. In fact, maybe we'll just make sure this guy goes down as quickly as possible. It looks like he'll be fine though. The heal block is off. I'll refocus on this Black Knight. I was just a little slow on the draw there. Honestly, I would have preferred to just A1 cycle before losing the block damage. Hopefully we can get it back in time. My Alsgor is also not booked, so it can take a number of turns to get back to that. And I'm going to once again focus on Torture Helm. I suppose the safe way would be to focus maybe on the Black Knights first, or maybe on the Snorting Thug first, but I think it'd just be faster if we make sure we take out Torture Helm. This is definitely not the fastest secret room or the fastest team for any of these. One thing I really love, I don't remember if it's in this rotation, but there's a secret room that just requires you complete it with support. Nothing but support. And in that one, I can clear it in 9 moves, just using my typical Seer team. Because it's nothing but support units. But sadly, these hard rooms in hard rotation 3, they're pretty difficult. It used to be that I had more difficulty making it through rotation 2 than rotation 3, but it seems like my account can handle pretty much all of the secret rooms now. These heals are really kind of a pain in the butt. So that's good. We managed to get the heal block on just in time. Maybe I'll just focus on Torture Helm again to make sure he goes down. Then let's refocus on this Black Knight. Make sure he goes down next. and we'll take out the other. I think this shouldn't take more than a minute or two. So, if you have a team that happens not to really be able to crowd control on auto, you can always switch to manual and just take a look at these little yellow bars under their health and try to make sure whoever's going to go next is under some form of crowd control. Freeze is good. Stun is better, because when they're under freeze, they take reduced damage. When they're under stun, they don't even get their cooldowns back, which is why that's the best of the crowd controls. But at least get them under maybe provoke. Then at least they can't do all this support stuff that can make it take way longer. I mean, we've been here 10 minutes. But if you do have a team that works on auto, then feel free to do anything during this time. So, how did he get that block damage? That's what I'd like to know. I actually have no idea. Did he steal it? I think that's what he does. I think he steals buffs from you, so that's something to watch out for. Because now we can't do any damage to him. We have to wait for that to expire. But at least with it, with this guy under stun, his cooldowns don't get refreshed. Looks like he's getting a bunch of counterattacks now. That's very annoying. Nice. Nice on the ally attack. So, that about wraps it up for Secret Room 8. Thanks for joining me. See you on the next video. Take care.